Hello, and welcome back to Chapter 12 of the Everwind Chronicles. I cannot believe it's been 12 episodes already.
Mm-hmm.
That's half a year, which is amazing and has been a blast for me. And been really cool seeing the characters develop and uh, the story progress. Uh, so, as we're going to jump back into things, the party had accepted a mission from the mysterious Hedressa, um, who had sent them on a mission to rescue silver miners. And upon arrival, they discovered it under attack from skeletons, which they promptly destroyed, then dove into the mines and dealing with the threats to their lives found within. They find indeed five survivors, um, including a small gnome named Edric, who reveals that their endeavor was not really a silver mining expedition so much as it was seeking out places of necromantic power in order to prevent these things from falling into the wrong hands. And so they had suspected this to be a place of a location of a something called the Temple of Shazran. Shazran being an ancient lich who was defeated long ago, a couple hundred years ago, and but was known as a very secret, driven, and very talented artificer. After solving the puzzle and making their way into this, or where the survivors were camped out nearby the entrance to what they suspected to be the temple deep underground, which they get into and have a few more fights and discover a room with a gigantic skull um, in the middle, and several chests of things where they defeat some more undead creatures and are confronted by a character named Vander, who attempts to persuade them to let him take the staff that is floating at the end of the room uh, in exchange for some very valuable offers, which the party promptly turns down. In which case, Vander decides to read a skull, releasing a number of skeletons on them, and demonstrating some uncanny, maybe even inhuman acrobatics uh, with ridiculous speed to grab the staff and cast a fireball on the entrance to the cave as he goes through it, uh, causing a huge explosion and trapping them temporarily in the room, disappearing with the staff in hand. The party recovers still quite a bounty from the room of magical items, definitely the biggest haul they've had so far. But Edric is very obviously worried, believing that the item that he took was indeed Shazran's staff, which was rumored to be something that could theoretically resurrect a creature of any power as long as the wielder had the power to do so. So one could imagine the horrible things that could be done with the staff in the right hands, or the wrong hands if you prefer. So as the party digs their way out of the room, after getting all their things together, they find out that one of the miners that they were rescuing had come out when they heard the explosion and was killed by Vander on the way out, leaving four survivors, which they escorted back to Eldowyn. And they reach Eldowyn and are promptly greeted by Rollo, who leads them This time to a different place, down by the river that runs through the city, and basically down this kind of the edge of a cliff face that kind of goes down this little pathway to a kind of a cove cavern area where there are a number of rowboats pulled up, and there are a group of people carrying boxes and loading up the boats with various boxes and items. And there at the back of the cavern, you see like what looks like an entrance to what splits off into 3 different tunnels. Again, with a darkness that even those with dark vision can't seem to penetrate or see beyond. And sitting right in front of that is Hedressa, sitting at a desk that's been set up at the entrance to those, at the intersection of those tunnels. She sits reading something on a parchment of sorts. Well, looking at her to the right, you see a man dressed in black with a black hood that's pulled up and cloak, doing effortlessly graceful tricks with his knife, just seemingly entertaining himself as he stands with one foot against the wall, just leaning back casually, seemingly waiting for whatever it is he has to do next. Hedressa herself is dressed in a dark charcoal gray, tight-fitting outfit with knee-high leather boots, and her same kind of slightly stylish hat that she's wearing that hides her eyes when she tilts her head down. But as the group approaches and Rollo announces them, she looks up again with those uncomfortably piercing eyes of silvery gray and says to you all, "We have much to discuss." That's where we pick things up.
It appears we do.
Bit of an understatement.
Tell me of the results of your mission.
Well, I can kind of look at the group because no one's saying anything, so I'll just speak up. Well, first of all, there were no silver miners, but we rescued them.
She doesn't reply.
I mean, why did you lie to us?
We are dealing with particularly dangerous items, yes?
True.
And I have not had dealings with you before, yes?
Right, but you also know a lot about us.
Can you imagine a reason why I may not tell you all the information until it happens?
Nope. That's not how I work. If you wanted someone to do a job, you need to give them the right information to get the job done correctly.
I am very careful with information I give.
Clearly.
And I do not know you. Or should I say, I do not trust you yet.
So this was a test.
No. I had no way of knowing who you might tell about this mission beforehand. And so for anyone you told, they needed to know that you were rescuing silver miners. They could not know of your true mission. And I do not know if some of you, and she looks pointedly at Stoic and Bear, can be trusted to keep their secrets.
What? I kind of share a glance at Stoic. What? Why us?
What are you insinuating?
Tell me what happened in the mines.
Well, my best guess is we ran into one of your competitors.
Competitors.
Well, you don't seem to be the only one that's going after these artifacts.
And who is this that you speak of?
I don't remember his name. I'm not good at names.
Vander. His name was
Yes.
Vander.
Thank you.
Very
He was a
slippery.
very sprightly looking
Human?
elf man.
Vanderspoot. In my language.
Mm-hmm.
He was not all he seemed, though. His mind was in chaos in a way I have not seen. And yet he was so calm, so void of any feeling whatsoever.
And how did you see this in his mind?
To be honest, I do not know. The temple seemed to possess some sort of plant life that imbued us all for a time to have the ability to sense each other, I guess.
I see. And you sense chaos in this man.
Beyond chaos. It is not the type of chaos I have ever known, and I have known chaos.
Tell me everything about this encounter and this man. And for the sake of time, you can just say you do or don't.
Yeah.
I do.
Would... Okay.
I do. I tell her everything about the exact encounter with the scrolls, and the fact that we lost somebody because of him. And we buried him according to the rules of Eldowyn.
After you finish talking to her, she sits for a good minute or so. Again, you can always see the wheels turning as she's just always evaluating, turning over, assessing, analyzing everything. She finally looks to Edric and says, "And this staff, is it what we believe it was?" And Edric sighs and says, "Almost certainly." She pauses for another couple of seconds and then says, "Then this failure is most serious."
Might have not been a failure if you would have given us the information we needed going into this situation. We gave a big amount of our trust to you by defending those items. He offered us a much better deal than what you're giving us, and we turned him down as a show of trust to you, to return to you. You need to return the favor and show a little trust this way.
I believe I've already explained why I could not tell you on the front end.
And that choice you made was a root cause of this failure.
This does not sound like a man you could have handled anyway. With 100 years of preparation.
Yes, I mean you might be onto something there, but we didn't even know he existed. We didn't know to be looking out for him.
If it is any comfort, neither did I.
Actually, it's not really a comfort, but I appreciate it.
that coming from you is not comforting at all.
But for the sake of you trusting us and speaking honestly, it's a start.
Yes, we can sit here and dwell on the failures of the past, or we could look to see how we're going to move forward.
I dwell on all things, past and present, and future. This failure simply is put, it is my professional speculation that many will die for the loss of this item. Very well. So you have completed the mission. I will accept Edric's testimony in lieu of bringing the staff back, I will accept the testimony as tangible evidence as to what they wanted and why they attacked this mine. This will be 500 gold. As for the survivors, you brought back 4, and we agreed on 100 gold each. As for the pieces of information, we agreed to 5. Yet, with failing to bring back all 5 of the survivors you found, it seems only fair that you would receive 4. And so, pick one thing that you asked to not receive.
I don't really have to know what the mystery of one does.
But easy.
I know. It's a big sacrifice.
Oof.
The mystery itself does kind of make it what it is.
It was in the
Built
name.
into the name, yeah.
That's true. It won't be the wand of mystery, it'll be the wand of the thing that it does, which we don't know.
It's not nearly as cool.
Yeah.
No. Right.
So then that leaves us with the green dragon, the silver flame, Belladonna, and Citharus, I believe, are our information requests.
Yes.
Very well. Do you have the message you would like me to send to the Silver Flame?
Can you just tell them where they can reach me and ask them to relay what I should be doing next?
Is this all?
That's all.
Very well. The next piece. The Emerald Dragon. Do you wish to discuss this with the group or in private?
Ooh. I thought about this a little bit, actually. These are my compatriots, my friends, and I trust them with this information, so I will have them stand with me.
Asura holds your hand.
Valen's trying not to show it, but he's pretty tense right now because this is like he understands the magnitude that this could potentially be like the moment.
Crap. All right.
As you wish. Hera disappeared long ago, and many have sought him. As one of the seed dragons, among other things, his disappearance was a loss felt by many, even beyond your order. There's still knowledge about him to be gained as you progress along your suto. Yet even the masters of your order have been unable to locate him. But they look where knowledge is to be found. They do not look where secrets are found. And one secret that not even your masters know is that Hera had a lover. Another seed dragon. She is known as the Dragon of Mirrors. If you wish to know what happened to Hera, you must find her.
And DM, real quick, are you saying C-S-E-A or seed?
Seed, S-E-E-D.
Okay, I just want to make sure. Okay. Thank you.
Next, Cithris. This remains an ongoing search. I have heard rumors of a strange elf accompanied by a fairy creature, as you speak of. The impressions are mostly that of an odd encounter of no real consequence, and so it is difficult to gain details. However, the most recent rumor seems to put him somewhere in the southwest. But I will continue to seek him, and let you know should I find any more. This is all I know on that for the time.
You don't know any more about how far southwest in this country?
Only that several rumors have come from various places in that vicinity, and they seem to be the most recent rumors.
But, like, still in this country, southwest of here, right? Okay.
Yes. Lastly, Belladonna Rixa. I will tell you of two things that I have learned. One, amongst my many years, there have been two travelers who have spoken of a bard, an actress in Lyrindel, who was especially good and talented. This is the only reference to the name Belladonna of any surname. She disappeared over a year ago, though no one is quite sure when. Bards are, transient in nature. Her brother was also a bard in the same troupe, an acrobat of considerable skill. I was skeptical that a bard from Lyrindel would be related to a necromancer in Carandia, yet your description matches that of her brother Vander. And I am even more skeptical of coincidence. Second thing that I have learned is her latest action, and one of particular interest to you. There has been another undead attack. She leans back slightly and turns to Trill, who is kind of in the middle of flipping a knife, like just grabs it out of the air and turns and disappears into one of the side tunnels for a second. And she sits there and waits calmly, again demonstrating her complete comfort with silence.
I'll say Bear hums a little tune while nothing's happening.
As after a moment, another figure darts out of the shadows, smaller in stature, running straight in a blur of motion straight to Asura and wrapping their arms around her. As you, Asura, as you are taken aback by this small figure, hugging you, you see the figure look up, and you see the face of Selenna with completely black eyes. She looks up at you with she's not, she doesn't show her emotions a lot, but you can see something has happened, and she is kind of in a mix of emotions as she's hugging you, but obviously traumatized by something.
My beautiful purple eyes, what has happened to you?
The Hedressa speaks again and says, on the way to the north, the children were attacked by undead. Unfortunately, most of them did not survive, including the 30 guards who were guarding these children. It was an overwhelming attack, and the largest of its kind thus far. Apparently, this necromancer desperately wants her for some reason. It is quite a bold move. And of course, tragic. As she continues to talk a little bit about that, Selenna, she continues for a second and says, fortunately, Trill was there watching the group from a distance and was able to interfere and rescue young Selenna during the process of the attack. But he was unable to rescue any others. As she's talking, Asura, Selenna pulls your head down to whisper in your ear, and she says, Trill rescued me, and I like him, but be careful. He killed 12 zombies by himself.
I like this Trill guy.
I understand. Do you like his knife tricks?
She kind of nods. As Hedressa continues, finishes talking, Trill is like, well, it should be noted, she did a little bit of work herself, killing one of the zombies by herself as on the way out.
That is my girl.
Indeed. She seems rather special. I suppose I'll also add that while I was doing the thing, I couldn't get a good look, but there was a single hooded figure standing at the edge of the clearing where the attack happened, wearing some sort of strange red mask. I only got a glimpse of it since I was a little bit busy.
I
Is this
understand.
same guy, you guys think?
Same guy as the one you encountered?
Well, yeah. Probably.
I think it would have been hard for him to be in both places since they were quite a ways away from each other and, well, not...
Oh, no, sorry. The
roughly
same
the
guy
time.
that we encountered. We've beaten this guy twice before. Sounds like him coming back again.
I can't be sure. Like I said, I was a little bit occupied, but at a glance, it seemed more of a female figure.
Did you happen to see a cloaked necromancer in the group? We have unfortunately had a couple run-ins with a necromancer who doesn't die.
Nah, afraid she was the only human I saw.
Thank you. And thank you for taking care of Selenna.
Yes.
He kind of takes his knife and puts it to his forehead and kind of like a mock hat tip.
Can I say in Thieves' Cant, I like your knives?
He kind of grins smally and says back, "Of course you do."
Love Trill. It's the best.
I don't trust him, but it's okay.
You don't trust anybody.
I trust you.
Oh,
Sometimes. Just not to pick me up or carry me anywhere.
we're getting there. Progress is progress.
Now, as Selenna, in many cultures, Selenna would be old enough to make her own decisions. However, she has also been, in some ways, your charge. And so the discussion as to what to do with her now.
I think she needs to stay with us. If they
That
attack
is a
her
lot of
again,
that is a lot of responsibility to take care of someone for such a long way.
yeah, but we've already failed her. I don't want to do it again.
I
I don't
know.
want to entrust it to anyone
We
else.
failed more than just her. We failed them all.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That's what makes it worse.
I don't know how else to say this other than no offense to Selenna, but I'm not a babysitter. I'm a thief killer. Again,
Well, then I'm good thing that you haven't caught me thieving yet.
have you been? Never mind. We'll figure out later.
Selenna, what do you want?
She just is silent for a long while, and she says, honestly, I'm not sure. I don't know. It's a lot right now. I don't know. I don't know what the right answer is anymore.
There is no right answer anymore. And I am so sorry for what you have seen and what has happened. I thought we were keeping you safe.
I know. Hedressa says, a question. If it were up to you, and I mean to those of you who have become her charges, would you have her be safe or dangerous?
Honestly, safe.
I would have her powerful, so that she is never in danger again.
How about a bit of both?
I'm with Easy.
If whoever this was went through an entire group of people just to get to her, innocent people, then she's not safe anywhere.
Maybe it's the Feywild.
I think we need Sithras for that, and we're still a ways away from having that information. I'm with Asura on this. I want her to be able to take care of herself, to defend herself, to protect herself.
It is a horrible thing to feel like you have no power in the world.
Indeed. I ask because there are two options. If the Sithras is found, and he indeed knows an entrance to the Feywild, if the Sapphire Queen accepts her, she will indeed be safe. For I know of no mortal creature who would be able to jeopardize her domain. However, if she is to stay in this world, there is no such thing as safety. And so one must simply be more dangerous than the danger around you. And I can send her to one who could help her with this.
Who is this one that you would send her to? I am not sending her away again only to see more suffering.
I am not at liberty to give his name away, but he is far from this land. And Trill says, yeah, I know it's, big secret and all, but I'll say, been friends with him since I was a kid. He's one of the best men I know, so I'd trust him, but I also, I don't know, the chance at real safety for a long time is pretty tempting. It would be to me.
Perhaps Selenna might have a say in whether she wants to be safe or dangerous.
Can I think about it?
Yes.
Absolutely. This is a big decision.
Would you like a cup of tea in the meantime? I know a mean cup of tea that is waiting for you.
She nods.
I would like to take her back to the house. Give
I like
her a
that
good
plan.
warm,
Yes,
very
she can
warm
stay with
bed
us.
and a good meal.
Yes.
Hedressa nods once. Very well. If you should reach a decision, I would encourage you to decide soon. Eldowyn is less. There is no safe place in this plane, but Eldowyn is certainly less so than most. It is full of eyes you do not want on her. And obviously, she is very wanted. Do not dawdle in this decision.
You don't know how good we can dawdle. It is a key trait of ours, the ability to dawdle. Dawdle day, dawdle night, mid-afternoon dawdle, and afternoon delight of dawdling, if you will.
We dawdle, basically.
Why do you think I say this?
For her sake, we will make the decision as quickly as possible.
I look over to Trill and to Hedressa, kind of addressing them both. I know we didn't ask you for this, and this would only be a favor, but the woman with the red mask and the undead attack, do you know any more information about that, where we could find this group of undead or find this woman in the red mask?
I do not, at the moment.
Well, if you find out, we would really like a first crack at her.
And by cracky beans, and I pull out the blade. We're gonna stab, and kill.
If this Belladonna Rixa is able to cause so much chaos and so much damage, then one should be careful what one wishes for. But there may yet come a day.
When that day comes, we won't fail again.
I believe this concludes our business for now.
Yes.
Before we leave, I'll walk up to a respectable distance away from Trill and just put my right hand over my chest and just a slight nod before turning around and walking out.
Okay.
You see just kind of an eyebrow like come up just with just another little bit of a slight grin too, as you walk away.
What is Edric doing?
He's just sort of like standing there, like looking down, kind of shuffling his feet a little bit, like he's. The other survivors are kind of standing further back, just kind of waiting.
Well, is this where we part ways, Edric?
Well, he looks at Hedressa and he's like, well, I think I still have business with her. So yes, I believe so. For now, well, it was quite a journey.
Yes.
Thank you for rescuing us. I mean, I know you were paid to do so and all, but thank you all the same. It would have been a terrible end for us, I fear.
Well, you're welcome, and sorry we threw you down some stairs and put you on the goblins, the orc's shield, but you're fine now.
I did my best. I tried to help.
You see, like, out of the corner of your eye, you just barely noticed a slight eyebrow raising from Hedressa this time.
Got a facial reaction.
And he says, well, heat of battle and all, I understand. It's quite all right, it's fine. It's fine. It all worked out in the end, sort of. Except for the terrible theft of a horrible nightmare item now in the hands of a villain. But aside from that, we came out.
Yes. You're alive.
Yes. Yes. So yes, thank you. Maybe perhaps we'll see each other again.
Yes. Well, if you ever need anything, come find us.
Give our regards to your friend next to you. The one who does not say much.
Oh, yes, sure, certainly. We'll do.
And the next time we play Toss the Gnome Down the Stairs, we'll give you a call.
Easy, what you do in the bedroom is between you and I up there.
The thing with all the time investment when Toss the Gnome.
Oh dear.
While they're finishing up that conversation, can I go over to Trill and just like talk to him in Thieves' Cant real fast?
Sure.
Listen, I know you speak highly of your friend who can train her and keep her as safe as one could keep one in this plane. And your word, I'm sure, means much to you, but it means nothing yet to me. However, Selenna likes you. And I want her safe more than I have wanted anything else on this earth. If we were to send her to your friend, would he make a good person, not just a powerful one?
Hedressa, I'll show them back up. And Hedressa looks at him and then nods. We'll walk and talk, huh?
Yes.
And yeah, she's busy, so let's go. But then Hedressa says, Asura, stay behind for a moment.
We're in trouble, y'all. I got sent to the principal's office.
Oh no.
So as you guys all make your way back across the cavern up to the area where it starts to lead back up, with Trill walking with you, Hedressa gets up from the table, and you see that both of them move with an kind of uncanny grace. Like every move is intentional and easy. It's subtle. It's not the kind of thing that the average person would notice, but you just know that both of these people know how to handle themselves physically, and are just. It's just a noticeable. Like you don't want to call it skill when you're talking about getting up from a seat and walking, but it's just a subtle difference that somebody who's kind of trained in certain things would notice. And she walks and has you walk with her over to the water's edge, kind of looking over the river, a little bit of a distance from where the boats are being loaded up. And she says,
I'm a little tense around water after falling in way back when.
and she says, she looks out at the water and says, "You're a long way from Tiratha."
Yes. I'm a long way from everywhere.
She looks back at you and makes this kind of intense eye contact and says, "And you have the eyes of a slave. Is this why you have run from all the way to Carandia?"
I have never been, nor will I be anyone's slave.
I see. Then perhaps the slavery is in here. And she reaches up and just kind of gently touches your forehead. Tell me, what is freedom, Asura Vapula?
It is the ability to choose without the shackles of the past holding you down. It is to live above the things you have done. It is to be forgiven for the things you have done.
We are all shackled to many things. If you choose to do good, you are shackling yourselves to that. Many choose shackles, whether gods or lovers or ideals. If you cast off one shackle, you take on another. The only freedom is choosing which shackles to take on. Freedom is a misunderstood concept. The only true freedom is control. And you do not have control of yourself. And so you are a slave. You say you wish to see as I see. Well, tell me, if you could, what would you see?
I would see the way to help everyone out of the terrible pain they are in. I would find those who would wish to put harm onto another's soul. I would free those who have been taken and captured and tortured and used in most hideous ways. I would free this world. I would free everyone.
Free them from pain.
Yes.
And what of The pain of building muscles.
That is not the same type of pain.
What of the pain of building calluses?
That is not the same type of pain.
Do you not
That is-
believe that pain leads to strength?
Pain leads to growth, yes. But there is pain that you grow from and pain that you cause. And the type of pain that I have caused on this earth, I did not know until it was too late. And it is the cruelest type of pain one can cause.
She regards you for a second and then looks back out at the river and says, "You have yet a child's understanding of good and evil. But perhaps one day you will grow. Learning my craft is not for the weak, not for the idealistic, not for the faint of heart, and not for slaves. It is for those who can assess reality, control their own impulses, and do what is necessary. Can you do this?"
Yes.
A simple test, then. 2 days from this morning, you will receive a summons from Lord Greenwood. He will be sending for you to send you on a mission. On this mission, you will be accompanied by an individual he has made arrangements with in order to gain the location of where your mission will take place. His name is Kotak. You will get to know this Kotak and find a way to earn his favor. Do this. Gain his good graces, then return to me.
I have but one question before I go.
She didn't say anything. Just waits.
Will you promise to always be honest with your intentions?
No.
Then will you promise that I will never be part of causing pain to others that could have easily been avoided? Please do not send me on these types of missions.
If you wish to do you do not yet know the severity of evil in this world, and if you wish to face it, you do not yet have what you need.
I have seen the evils one can bestow upon another. I have seen the way that the tieflings are taken advantage of in this world by their own and by others. I am not one that holds my race above anyone else's, because tieflings are not the kindest of peoples. But I want to be better than I was before. If this group of people that I have been with has taught me anything, I want to be better. I want to be stronger. I want to be smarter. And I know I am young. And I know I do not know as much as I should know. But I have seen evil. I have slain evil. And I was evil. And most of all, I trusted evil.
What I can show you is the beginnings, the foundation of what it will take to face the largest of evils in this world. But as I said before, it is not a path for the faint of heart. I believe this test will show whether you can do what it takes or not. Accept the mission, as you are already in his employ anyway, and earn this Kotok's favor.
I will accept your mission. And though you cannot promise me anything, I can promise you this. If one day I ever discover that I have been part of something truly heinous, I will do what I did to the one who I trusted before. You have my word.
It will not take you long to understand Kotok's nature. But this is the test. Return to me, or don't. With that, she turns and walks back to her desk. Just kind of leaving you standing by the water.
I would like to change my eyes into her eye color.
Do a performance check.
Let's roll, kids. Okay. That's 19 plus performance is 2. 19, 20, 21.
Hey.
Nice. Good first roll of the night.
Mm-hmm.
So you change it, and it's a pretty close approximation to it. But it's like, as you look at her eyes, there's some strange quality to it that it's like really hard to capture visually. And it's like kind of bothering you a little bit, but it's like you just can't. It's just a little bit less, for lack of a. It's like you can't even put words to it per se, but it's almost there. Most people would be fooled, but
The je ne sais quoi of it all.
yeah, there's some strange quality to her eyes that you just can't figure out how to replicate yet.
And I want to do that little like head thing that she does, like when she has her hat on. I just like want to like perform the little head move.
Okay.
Water.
Okay.
Walk try to walk the way she does, like the like glide in which she walks in the world.
Okay.
Like as I'm leaving.
Do a dexterity check.
y'all, just straight dex.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's a 12.
So you try, but it ends up feeling a lot less natural than hers. It's a lot more like somebody doing like a model strut or something. It's a noticeable gait change. So as you walk over in that gate to rejoin the other other group, Trill notices you and just kind of grins slyly.
Trying very hard to like not show anyone my tears. Tara might have cried. It's fine. We're fine. It's fine. I got boogers on me. It's fine.
Little boogies.
Little boogies.
Everything all right? You're walking a little funny.
Just with all of this travel, my hamstrings little tight.
Oh crap, guys! We never got paid. Sorry,
we
not
did.
the right time. Do we have the money?
We most
get the
certainly
money.
got paid.
Yeah.
We got the money.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure.
You give us
Yes.
the money.
Okay.
Yeah, Rolo gave it to you as you guys were waiting.
Oh, Rolo,
900 gold.
my man.
Stoic,
No,
are you still
Rolo.
keeping up with that?
Rolo bids you adieu as you guys start walking up the thing and goes back to Hedressa, who's now talking to Edric.
Yeah. I went for it. If I
Okay,
saw him
yeah.
handing out money, I'd have went for it.
Learn the lesson. Don't let the rogue manage the money anymore.
That's right. So
Never again.
It's all right now. I have a fancy jewel that gets bigger and more more financially solvent the more I kill. It's fine. We're fine. It's fine.
but I know better than to handle money, so I don't hand out to everybody yet. Like I just hold on to it.
Yeah.
I grab onto Selenna's hand.
Sir, are your eyes still trying? Are you still matching Hedressa's eyes? Or is
I
that
haven't
fate?
shifted back yet. No, I haven't shifted
Okay.
back yet.
Can I notice that, or is that something I'll need to like roll to see if I notice?
You would just see it. It's pretty
Okay,
obvious.
okay. I just want to make sure. Okay, just making a note. Okay.
Trill kind of gives you a knowing look and is like, she's got a strange charisma about her, doesn't she?
A
I like
sword?
her boots.
Oh yeah.
So, that was your first mission with her. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Not the best first impression, I might add.
Oh, that's understandable. It's quite interesting. I've never known her to be quite that straightforward with people and giving out information. She must like you.
That was straightforward.
My dear orc, you have no idea.
How long have you been going on missions for Hedressa?
Oh, he kind of gets a distant look and is like, oh, she and I have known each other for some 25 years, I'd say.
Oh wow. And you trust her?
Not to be that old.
Well, as your eyes might show, appearances can be deceiving.
I flick my eyes back to my natural eye color.
I trust her to do what's necessary. Of course, not everyone agrees on what's necessary, and I suppose that's the rub.
Well, I may not like her much, but anybody that's trying to take down necromancers is pretty all right in my book.
Amen.
Yeah.
I mean, there's part of me that thinks, I'd hate to be that necromancer right about now. I mean, I've been around the world for quite a bit and been in some pretty nasty situations. Even fought an adult dragon once, but I got to say, I'd rather have that dragon as an enemy again than her.
Really?
Speaking of the undead, a little birdie told me that you handled quite a few upon yourself.
Yeah, well, they're just dead peasants and the like. It's not anything of consequence, really.
Sure, but to do it all on your own, it takes some skill.
I bet you had to dress up as one, didn't you? Like a foolsome. I did the same thing. It's all normal. It's cool.
It didn't occur to me. Maybe I'll have to try that next time.
Just one professional from another.
If I remember correctly, it didn't really do anything. Did it work out for you too well?
Oh yeah. You make a couple sounds. You smell like rotten eggs. It's great.
Sounds like a good time.
They never see it coming. They never see it coming.
I'm about to ask you a really weird question. What does he smell like?
Trill?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you're going to smell him?
Yeah.
Do a smell check.
I would like to do a smell check.
Do a sleight of nose check.
Sleight of nose.
Is that? Do we just seriously? Want we do sleight of hand?
Sleight of hand, yeah.
Sleight of hand.
Unless you're just doing it overtly.
No, 18 total.
Okay. So you kind of lean forward, trying to stealthily get a sniff as he walks in front of you. As you guys are working your way up the pathway up the cliffside again, and he says, "Oh, you want to lean a little closer?"
Smells of cedar and motor oil.
Motor oil.
No.
No. Really, he doesn't smell of anything in particular. There's a slight, very, very slight kind of leather smell. But just because he's obviously wearing like a leather armor, yeah, you would guess that's what it's from. There's not much other smell to him.
but no cinnamon. He doesn't have any cinnamon on him.
No cinnamon.
Okay.
Hard to sneak up on people when you smell like cinnamon.
True. That's very true.
Yes, but what Hedressa has taught me is a signature scent can have quite a power in a room.
Are you saying that to him?
No, I'm just, thinking it to myself. Also, I just wanted to see if he smelled like cinnamon.
Let me guess. Hedressa gave you the smell speech, huh?
Well, maybe.
I got to hand it to her. It's a little bit clever. I mean, we once did a thing and we wanted to mislead some people and sent them on a wild chase by imitating the perfume of a certain noble who was well known for that perfume. Not the kind of thing I would have thought about. I'm not that clever, I guess, and that sort of thing. I probably just...
Nor I. I would have just snuck up and gone stab, stab, stab. Quick and efficient.
Yeah, there you go. That's more my style.
Speaking of style, as I said, I like your knives. May I hold one? I promise I will give it back.
You know what? Sure. Why not? He hands you. He plucks one out of his belt and and flips it around effortlessly to hand it to you. Handle first, and let me look up the description real quick. Okay. So, So the dagger he hands you is actually different than the one he was playing with, but he hands you a different one that's a little more ornate. It's kind of got the hilt is kind of like curved like that, and the hilt is got a kind of a very fancy, almost elvish looking wrapping to it, coming to kind of an elegant. Is that pommel? Is that right? The end of the
Yeah.
That also kind of has that kind of twisty elvish pattern coming to a slight, not sharp point at the end. The blade itself is single edged and has just a slight curve to it as well, with the back being straight up to the tip where it kind of curves inward again. And inlaid on the blade is more of that sort of elvish, viney type design to it, and it is very clearly, magical, and very clearly. I would say you probably ventured it feels more magical than other things you've encountered in your life so far.
This is a beautiful blade. One of the nicest I have ever seen.
Yeah, it's quite good. It's done me well over the years.
It feels like a good blade. A strong blade.
Yeah.
It is well balanced, too. I want to do like a little trick.
Do a performance check.
Oh, good. Okay, I'll do a performance check.
I guess, I'll let you choose, either performance or dexterity.
It's the same no matter what, so that's going to be 18 total.
Okay. So the trick you execute, what's the trick you're trying to do?
So I want to do that thing where you like spin it, and then as it drops, you like basically like you look like you're dropping it, and then you catch it like lower in like a reverse grip. So you do like a little spin and then like reverse grip catch it.
Yeah, so you execute it perfectly, and the knife is so well balanced and just feels so good that it almost makes you better. Like it is. Yeah, he kind of gives you a little nod as you do the trick.
I'll return it to him and just basically have a moment of like little blade envy.
He takes it from your hand and he basically kind of does this little. You almost don't even notice what he's doing, even though you're watching his hand. But he like takes the blade and then just kind of like lets his hand drop to his side again, just casually. But then his knife is back in the holster.
I want to be this good. I'm not saying it out loud, but I'm aggressively thinking it on the inside.
Yeah. So you guys work for Greenwood, yeah?
Yes. He keeps us in his employ, and we have a house that he lets us use as a kind of home base.
Well, I imagine it's a mighty nice house if it's Greenwood's.
Oh, it is quite excessive.
Yes.
No one needs a house that fancy.
Well, enjoy it while you can. It's sure beats campfires on the road. Although, to be truthful, I kind of prefer that.
I understand that.
Yep.
Yeah. So anyway, you were asking me about my friend. I traveled a lot growing up, but I spent a few years in a certain place, and he was there, and we became fast friends, and see each other, every so often since then. I would say he's one of the best men I know. Even if some of his actions not everyone would agree with, especially if you're the, I don't know, the goody two-shoes type, and he kind of gives a sly look to Stoic and Bear.
Why do people keep looking at us?
Well, you're a paladin, and a priest. I mean, you're not known for your, I don't know, sense of adventure, let's call it.
I mean, again, pick up my blade. I've been known to kill a few things here or there. Kind of look all tough and spit on the ground.
Can I try and do a trick with my mace? Like, when you spin it?
Yeah.
Like what a sword did, but I want to try and do it with the mace.
Okay. Do a dexterity check.
That's a 16 plus
Okay.
plus 0, so 16.
Okay. So you take out your mace and do the same kind of trick. There's a little bit of clumsiness because it's a gigantic mace as opposed to a small dagger, and it's a pretty. It's not like a small elegant trick. It's a like. Like grabbing it in the air.
Right.
It's kind of loud, like clank of your gauntlet, onto the handle, which just it makes you look strong. I don't know.
Back, chest out.
Yeah. Well, nice, I guess. Maybe stick with a dagger for that sort of thing. You get throughout your back that way.
Call me good to you.
What makes your friend so? What makes your friend so apt to take on such a charge? What has your friend devoted their life to?
Let's just say he's got a lot of people in his care right now. A lot of them, we'll just say lost in their own way as well. But I'd say he teaches them to do good in his own way.
No, I'm not one to worry so much about the moral purity of things. And I do look back over at Bear.
Again, I spit.
But spending time with the morally pure, I have discovered it is better to try to be good as opposed to trying to be right.
Yeah.
Is this man, does he try to be good?
Well, he's a better man than me.
That isn't saying much. I don't know you.
Yeah, that's fair, I suppose. I think everyone around here would say he's a pretty good guy.
I just fear that Selenna will, having been so young to see such pain and anger and torment in the world, she will misunderstand her power and use it against those who, even if they have done her wrong, did not deserve the type of power that she could wield upon them. There is a difference between being slighted and being truly attacked.
Well,
of course, I have killed for being slighted, so I am not the best barometer of these things.
he kind of scratches his chin for a second and kind of thinking about that, and kind of gets a serious look, and he's like, there's been a lot of evil done in this world in the name of revenge and by people who are just angry deep inside. I certainly got a fair amount of that myself, I'd have to say. It takes time to work that sort of thing through. But I don't know. I mean, I don't rightly know. I mean, if they... Look, if you just want it to be good and safe, I mean, the Sapphire Queen's going to certainly do that. She's a good one. Well, I mean, at least as much as anybody can ever know of her. I tend to think, though, that it's better to have the power so that you can at least make the choice. I mean, what good is somebody who wants to do good but doesn't have the power to do so? I mean, nobody does good in the world by being weak.
No, but
I gotta say, at her age, if I had been given the chance to get out of this world and just go live with some, being who can take care of me forever, I'd probably take it. I'm not gonna lie.
so would I.
I know that you trust your friend to train her right, but while she's training, how safe is she up there?
Well, you don't get dangerous without being in danger.
Right.
I mean, you're sort of abandoning the concept of safety and really saying, learning how to be the danger instead. It's a bit of a different approach to life, I suppose.
I mean, is she in danger with this man? Like, is he gonna cause her the danger?
She's in danger anywhere she goes.
Oh, yeah.
He just kind of shrugs.
Can I try to study her face as this conversation been going on? Because I'm assuming she's walking with us.
Selena?
Yeah.
Yeah, do an insight check.
Awesome.
I mean, I've literally been holding her hand this whole time.
We've just been sitting there talking about her, so I'm like, I want to get a read of how she feels about this whole conversation. Insight. Ooh, I'm good at that. That's a 19.
Where were all these good rolls when we were fighting Vander?
Right?
All new dice tonight. I wasn't going to use a single one of them.
Burn the last set. Done with them.
Burn them all.
So her eyes are not black like they were. They've gotten a little more blue as she is watching this exchange take place, but it's still it's more of just a bluish gray. Yeah. Just a slight blue tint to like a storm cloud. It's she's obviously still in some sort of trauma. It's sort of like you've actually seen not the whole eye color, that's a whole new dimension to you, but you've seen similar looks from men you've treated as you learned how to heal, just from men and women who have been through something crazy and just kind of have that 1,000-yard stare, that are just deeply traumatized by what they've been through. She's not quite at the 1,000-yard stare. She's conscious, she's there and present, but she's definitely bothered. And she's just been watching this conversation take place, kind of like watching both parties talking with intense interest. But she hasn't said anything. Okay. You almost get the impression she's kind of like looking for something to hook onto, if that makes sense.
Very much.
Mm-hmm.
This is a long walk.
Yeah, I was gonna say, have we made it back to the house yet?
Yeah. So it is a little bit of a walk because it's a longer cliff, and then he's also leading you back to like a more familiar part of the city. Just because Rollo leads you and down a variety of paths and everything through a part of the city you hadn't been through before, and so he's just sort of escorting you back to more familiar parts of the city. He says, all right, well, you think you got it from here?
Yes, I think we can find our way home.
This seems familiar.
Mm-hmm.
True. And I do mean this with sincerity. I hope I see you in battle on our side again.
Well, we'll see, I suppose. We'll see. He kind of gives a little bit of a grin at Selenna and like sort of like nudges the side of her chin, like kind of pushing her chin to the side for a second, and then he walks off.
Nice guy, that Thrill.
Pretty interesting guy, yeah. I guess anybody who has something to do with Hedressa has to be interesting in some way.
Mm.
So he basically dropped you off around the main like marketplace that you guys recognize. So for here, we're going to take a break and get drinks and bathrooms, whatever else we got to do. And then we will pick things back up with what you guys want to do while you're in the city.
All right.
All right.
So see you guys after a while.
Yep, we'll be back in about 10 minutes.
Sick.
I have learned to be invisible. Invisible to those who have something I need or want. Invisible to the guards. Invisible to my enemies. I have even accomplished something no thief before me has. I have become invisible to myself. For I cannot bear to look at my own reflection. But is this all there is to me? Is my invisibility simply matching the hollowness I feel inside? I have to know who I am. I have to know if redemption is possible. So I will use all my power to seek that which terrifies me the most. To truly be seen. And perhaps along the way, slit a few throats of those who do not deserve to be seen.
Hello, welcome back. Hopefully that was a good break. We're all fueled up and ready to go. So as Trill drops you off right around the big central marketplace in the city, and it's basically right on the road that leads eventually straight to the Leaf District. He drops you off and bids you farewell. And it is now about mid-morning. And what do you guys want to do?
Ask the guys. Is it too early to get hammered?
It's never too early. It's never too early. They have some elixir.
I mean, that's really all I want to do. Let's just go back to the mansion and maybe forget a little bit about these past few days.
Okay.
Sounds good to me.
That was a rough morning.
Did we want to stop at the Rada along the way to check upon the
Oh yeah,
the ensemble?
my suit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I need money. Oh yeah, we have money.
How much gold we all have divvied up? I didn't do the math yet.
I haven't. It's gonna be 180. Wrote it down.
180 gold pieces apiece.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna split it up in the middle of the square, in the middle of the day.
No, but just that we're aware that it exists.
Yeah, it exists. Like
Right. Yeah.
but
Okay.
we'll divvy it up when there's less people around.
Yeah. So 180.
Let me double check. So yeah, 180.
Okay.
Awesome.
Oh, he's gonna go ahead and do it now.
I'm just going to
I
add
was
to my
going to wait
inventory.
until we got back and we actually did
Okay.
it.
Okay.
But cool. I just wanted to stop by Arata on the way back.
We can see Arata. I'm cool with that.
Okay. So you guys are going to Irata's Irresistibles?
Yes.
All right. So
Sounds like
you
a
make your
porn
way across the big kind of central marketplace, which is a very bustling, crowded space with just hundreds. It's a very large, wide open square right in the center of town where a lot of hundreds of people have set up wagons and carts and stands and just everybody hawking various kinds of wares, food and trinkets and all kinds of things. And you guys kind of make your way through this sort of mid-morning rush, if you will, like, in one of the busier parts of the day here. Pushing through the crowds to that familiar sign that says Irata's Irresistible, still pretty new looking. As you push inside out of the crowd, you see several people in there looking at various things in the shop as Irata is behind the counter talking to a gentleman intently. And you also see running out of the back room, holding something and then going over to a woman who's doing some shopping, Sister Kiri. And she is like
all here.
excitedly talking to this woman, but neither of them have noticed you yet.
Every time I hear the word like sister before the name, I think Sister Kiri, no, the time has come. I can't help it. I just think that every time.
Uh-huh.
Every time it says the name of the store, all I hear is erotic irresistibles.
I mean, that too.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Like, so I have to really listen because every time I hear it, I'm like, wait, what I thought he
Wait,
said?
what?
That's Arata's other store. Arata's Exotic.
It's in a different part of town.
Yeah.
That's the back entrance.
The red light district.
Oh,
I said it and then thought about it. Anyway.
Yep, that happened.
Exotic.
Alrighty.
children
Well-
present. Don't listen to them.
I know, it's like Asura just quickly covers Selenna's ears.
So, Barry, you needed to speak with Arata?
Yes, but first, and I turn to Stoic. Money, please.
Yeah, how many people are it? Like, is it super
Not in the
crowded?
middle of the
There's about
crowded
4 people
shop.
in the shop, and then Irata and Kiri.
I gotta pay for my suit. I don't have any money.
All right, I tried to discreetly pull out the 180 to give to him.
I don't need 180. I just need I don't know.
Do a sleight of hand check.
Oh man, that is
Do I-
not my forte.
Do I need to do anything?
I don't. You
Nah.
need to look. It's a 5 plus. Probably nothing. So,
Here's your 180 gold, Bear.
Yep, it's plus.
Cling, 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 cling.
Just all cuts on the ground.
I cast Mage Hand, and it's like drawing it in the sky. 0.
180.
As you reach in and grab and are like holding this like large handful of gold, and are like trying to maneuver this without a table and everything, and like trying to do this. You realize you can't really do it with just your hands, so you like get you stand by one of the shelves and are trying to like
Stacks.
doing stacks on the shelf there, counting out.
180 anything is a lot.
Yes, that's a lot. Something.
Yeah, trying to count it out in stacks and everything, and one of the ladies nearby kind of looks over and does a double take, and then looks at you and is like,
Everything in this store is worth it. I promise.
I see that, and I was like, guys, let's form a circle. Form a circle.
Circle.
so you get it counted out and give it to distribute it to Bear.
All right. I will take my gold, and I will. Our sister Kiri and Arata still talking intensely.
Well, as you turn, Irata is still talking to the guy, and he notices you now, and then you see his eyes kind of light up, and he's like, hold on a second, and continues talking to the guy for a few more minutes. You just kind of overhear him talking about a particularly large order of seeds for some sort of crop, and he's just like, oh no, that should certainly not be a problem at all. I know someone who can probably get you that in that sort of quantity. No problem at all. So yes, it sounds like a fair price, and I should be able to have it to you in about 5 days. Would that work for you? The man nods and like, splendid. All right, well, it was a pleasure doing business with you, and I'm sure I will see you, in 5 days, I suppose. And the guy says, sounds good. And they bids him goodbye and walks out, and Irata is like, well, hello again. Good to see you again, and especially alive, knowing how dangerous your work is.
We're pretty good at it. We stay alive.
Well, of course you are. Of course you are. That's why you're doing it, not someone like me. That's why we need people like you in the world.
Well,
Keep
come
us all
on now.
safe.
We need people like you too. Keep us equipped.
Oh, well, I suppose we all play our part, but so it's so good to see you. Have you been in very much danger?
Funny you should mention that our last mission was not that great, to be honest.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I don't know if I actually am supposed to talk about it, but we got out of it just, barely. Barely. Get it?
Yes, I get it.
But it wasn't easy.
You need to be stoic about it.
Oh man.
I assure you, we will do better next time.
Oh, yes. Now you do one, Valen.
He's very valiant in his non-answering.
There we go. Yes, yes.
Just give her a look of.
Oh, quite. Well, like I said, I'm so glad to see you. Did you just come by for a visit, or is there anything I can do for you?
Well, I suppose it's a bit of pleasure and business. How have you been?
Oh, wonderful. Things are really taking off. I'm starting to build up my wares, as you could see. And you notice the shop is a little bit fuller now, like has a little bit more stuff, like filling the shelves than it did last time, to where it's looking pretty full. I mean, it's looking more robust than...
What kind of stuff are we talking here?
So his is like mostly general goods. So the store, the items in the player's handbook
Gotcha.
is mostly what you're talking about. Behind the counter, you also see a couple of wood, like the mannequins without the head or arms, where you see a couple of like noble, like higher end clothing items displayed behind him. He says, yes, building up the store of wares so that I'm well supplied and building relationships and connections with people as you do. And, now I even had my first customer from the noble sort.
Really?
In the city.
Wow.
Yes, making her a fine dress. And I think it'll look quite lovely. And the only thing that hasn't really taken off yet has been, well, aside from Sister Kiri's contribution as finding magic items. That's a lot rarer find. But it's only been a few days since we talked last. I'm sure we'll come across more.
Oh yes, I'm sure.
Have you found any that you'd be willing to part with?
I mean, I found one, but I kind of want to keep it.
I suppose I understand.
But they found something too, and I'll look at the rest of the group and I point them out.
Did you now?
Guys, y'all found something.
You might be of interest in selling.
You don't remember the cloak and the ruby? Like it was like an amulet or something. No.
Yes, bear, sweet baby bear.
Yeah.
Shut your mouth.
Oh,
thank you.
This is the part where I'm not supposed to talk.
Yes. You don't just open your gab and start talking about these things. You must be quiet about them. Yes.
Discretion.
Yes.
Secret items. The intrigue. Well,
yes, my dear friend, we have discovered some objects of potential value. I will not speak for the rest of them because everyone can make up their own minds about these types of things. But the object that I have right now, I need to spend a little bit more time before I make a decision on what I want to do with it.
Oh, as you wish. Take your time. But do you keep me in mind if you should decide it's, it's not something you're interested in or terribly useful and you want it to go somewhere with? It's a good cause.
I always think of you first when it comes to these things.
Oh, well, good to know. Good to know.
I did have a quick question, though.
Yes.
I have a small friend with me, and you are very good at unique tailoring circumstances, and I was wondering if you had some sort of knife carrier or something that could easily be concealed upon a small individual.
I see. And he looks at Selenna and is like, hello, my dear. starting them early, I see. Hmm?
It's never too early to start to use knives.
Well, I do have normal belts and holsters of the sort, but in terms of something specialized, I suppose I could make you something. If I had about a day, I don't think it would be that big of a deal. Do you know what you want?
Just a way to conceal 2 small daggers in a slim way so that they would not be easily noticeable on clothing.
Well, I'll have to give that some thought, although I suppose the knife itself would be a big part of that. If it had a large pommel, that'd be, or a handle, I suppose that would be harder to hide than others, one that was maybe flat.
Yeah, I pull out one of my darts and like these.
Yes, I think that should be doable. Like I said, with about a day of time, probably about 10 gold, I think I could do it.
Well, thank you, I do appreciate that.
Well, of course, anything for you, my dear.
No, thank you.
Well, I'm also here, Maro, on the subject of tailoring. I'm here to pick up my new fancy suit.
Oh, yes. Let me go to the back. Give me a moment. So he disappears into the back for a second. Let me pull up my... as he's in the back, Kiri rushes past you guys and then still holding something and stops and looks around kind of startled and is like, "Well, hello! Hi! Oh, I'm glad you guys are here. Well, how have you been? No, I'm with a customer. No, hold on, I'm with somebody. I'll come back, okay?" And she rushes off to the back again as well. After a few minutes, you guys are standing there waiting and kind of looking around. Stoic, you notice that the woman from before is still in there shopping, but also very clearly eyeing you up and down, and kind of making eyes at you a little bit.
Yeah, that's fine. Actually, since they both went into the back, I'd like to peer around and kind of knock on the door frame of them in the back and see if I can walk into the back with them.
Okay. So you just go behind the desk and knock on the door frame?
Yeah.
So let's see. Behind there you see so it basically kind of opens into a hallway that runs parallel to the desk, basically, and then has a couple of doors in the back. So you knock on the door frame, but it's really just, leading to a hallway.
I'll holler and just be like, "Hey, Harada!"
You hear this, just one moment.
Sure.
Stoic, what are you doing?
Bear, go away.
Bear, as you back away, you hear the woman under her breath kind of watching this and like sidelong glance, and she just kind of says under her breath, "I like a man who takes charge."
Do I hear this?
I was waiting for that. No.
Roll a perception check.
Oh, that's great.
Please roll high.
Natural 20.
Oh, man.
Yeah, very clearly you hear that.
Here we go.
That I would like to kind of present Selenna in front of my body in an angle that she can't see the girl's face, but she can clearly see that there's a small child with me. And then I want to say, "Honey, we have to hurry. We have to get home for lunch soon."
Roll a deception check.
Okay.
Are
Please
you
let me get enough.
are you trying to imply that child is?
All right, you said deception.
An orc?
Uh-huh.
All right, that's 17 total.
17. All right.
Let's see if that works.
So you see her, like, kind of. You just see her face just kind of go, like, fall very clearly, like in disappointment. And you hear this like sigh, and then she leaves the store.
Wow, you broke her will.
Nah, she'll find someone better.
Hey.
Can we say emotionally stunted?
That's fair.
I saved her. Plus, I want to see if you would get uncomfortable.
So after a minute, you see Carrie rush back out again with something different in her hands, like just some sort of fabric, as she rushes back over to the woman she was talking to, and continues like in her excited voice and everything, apparently doing some sort of business or demonstration for the woman of like what can be done for her. Errata comes back out with a small, like, basically a long, thin, rectangular wooden box.
He's gonna have to get past me. I'm standing in the hallway.
Yeah. Well, he comes out of the door that he was in, the middle door, and comes out with this box and sees you standing in the doorway. He's like, "Oh, what? I have Mr. Withme's garb."
Sure. I was just hoping maybe I could use your back room for a minute. I need to do a little money business, and I didn't want to do it in front of your customers and make them uncomfortable. I owe some of my friends some money, and I was going to divvy it up back here, if that's fine with you.
Oh, well, make a persuasion check.
Ooh, okay. Oh, that dice is burnt tonight. My persuasion is... That's a 5.
All right.
That dice is going away.
He's like, well, I'm afraid it's not really my policy to allow customers into the back. At least unaccompanied.
Oh, that's fine. I can do it right here. I just wanted to be out of sight of your customers. I'm just going to sit down in the middle of the hallway. Bag of gold. I'm going to start doing my stacks again.
Do an intimidation check.
Oh, now that I might be able to do. There we go. That's a 19.
Okay. So this kind of confused and discomfort, on his face, very apparent. He's just, I suppose it would be all right, just this once. All right. Yeah. Make yourself at home on the floor. Happy counting.
Be careful of the stacks when you walk by, please.
Yes, of course. He just sort of just like giving you strange looks, walks out with back out to the store, where he walks over to the counter and places the box on it and lifts the lid off of it. And inside you see like black velvet doublet with silver like lacing, like kind of on the just where the seams are, and with fitting black trousers as well with a silver stripe down the side. and he says, now this is going to look very good, and will certainly match the existing color scheme of your paladin order, I think. At least from my judgment of your uniform. But this should be very good, and as you can see, and he kind of like fully unfolds it, and you can see kind of in the like over the heart area, you see what looks like a very well stitched like embroidery with like that same silver thread of this kind of flame.
Yes.
Kind of like going up in a curve, like so. He said, I think there'll be no chance of you not fitting in to any social occasion of note with wearing something like this and declaring your station among the paladins. I think this will be quite good on you.
Rada, you are a genius. And I say this as I'm like touching it and like tracing the flame with my fingers, like imagining wearing it. This is good job. I like it.
I'm so happy to hear that. And if anybody asks you, be sure to tell them who made it for you.
Oh, do you have any cards or anything?
Cards?
Never mind. I'll tell them. I'll send them.
I believe, if I could be mistaken, if I remember correctly, we'd said 15 gold?
I honestly don't remember. 15 sounds great.
Well, I assure you it's still less expensive than some tailors out there. And of course, you're a friend, so I want to take care of you, so...
Well, I appreciate that. And I flip him an extra silver with the 15 gold.
Oh, well, that's very kind of you.
You've been very kind to us.
Well, it's the least I can do after saving me from that horrible predicament I was in. But well, I hope you enjoy it, and if you find yourself wearing it, and my shop happens to be on the way, I would love to see it in action someday.
I mean, well, no, I'll put it on later. I'll come by. I'll show you.
Wonderful.
It's a fashion show.
Kiri, meanwhile, kind of, finishes her business and everything like that, and comes back around the counter to stand beside him, and he leans over and says something to her, and she kind of frowns at him with a little bit of confusion and nods, and goes back into the hallway and kind of stands there as like
15, 16, 17.
Hi, Stoic. How are you doing?
I'm just... Math is hard.
Do you need help?
Yeah, do you have like 4 small bags?
Oh, yes. We definitely sell those.
I'll take 4.
It's like that scene from Blazing Saddles. Need a shitload of dimes.
Well, that's brilliant. Shitload of dimes.
Shitload of dimes.
Yes, we've got lovely leather pouches for 5 silver each. How many do you need?
I'll take 4.
4. That'd be 2 gold.
Alrighty. And I'll take it out and go. I'll take it off the stack and hand it to her. And remember and I'll put that stack back in my purse. And then I'll take the bags and I'll load up. Everybody share individually.
All right.
And then I'll rejoin the party.
All right. And she the whole time she just kind of like is trying to make small talk, but is quite obviously awkward. Like this is like she's supposed to stay there.
Can you help me up? This armor weighs a ton.
Oh, I could certainly try.
I'm gonna break that girl.
Okay.
We're not going to do a contest strength check.
No. Okay.
Oh gosh, very funny.
I'm rolling from her, and so she takes your hand, and when you start pulling up to get up, it actually like pulls her forward, and she slaps her hand against the wall. Like, here. I'm sorry, it's just more than I expected. I'm not trying to say you're fat or anything. It's just I'm obviously not very strong. That's all that is. Yeah.
Did we hear that?
Let me try again. Yeah, you heard the slap, and you actually see the shelves behind shake a little bit.
But did we hear her call Stoic fat?
Well, you just hear some kind of muffled talking a little bit from her. And she's like, let me try again. And she like grabs both hands on your hand and like braces her feet and leans back and like manages to help pull you up. Not gracefully, but gets you up.
All right.
And she kind of straightens her dress back out again and it's like, all right.
Thank you.
After you.
I don't mind if I do. And I'll walk out and go rejoin everybody.
Have a little bit of cowboy back there.
Did I notice like the slightly disheveled quality of the two of them walking out?
Well, you do definitely see Curie like straightening her dress back out and everything. And
Well,
well, I thought you could use this. I already paid for it, and I'll hand Bear the empty bag. The empty leather bag. You thought you could use that, and then I hand everybody else their satchel with their
Thank you,
amounts in
Stoic.
it.
It's very kind of you.
I don't think my new suit's gonna fit in the bag, but thank you.
It's for all that jingle in your pocket. Currently, 180 jingling in your pocket.
Right.
Stoic, did you pay for it or did you pay for it?
What are you insinuating? Are you trying to ask me if we tossed the gnome?
Down the stairs?
Is that what it's called now?
Oh yeah, no. Bear totally dubbed that. That is now the term.
Well, it does seem there was some light tossing happening.
No, ma'am. No, none at all. I just math is hard, and sometimes I have to sit down. It helps if I can see my toes.
Elves? Gnomes?
What?
What? You left your child here all
I'm B-Rat. If you grabbed your money, I'm gone. Like, I'm walking out of the store. I'll wait for you guys outside. I need some fresh air.
as you leave, you hear Curie saying, "Oh, this is your daughter?"
Oh no. No.
Selenna turns finally back to you, sir, and it just kind of like gives you like this frown.
It is okay. You will understand when you are older. You find the weak ones and you pick on them.
Parenting advice from Asura.
Y'all, Sarah's gonna be a great mom. And that's all I'm saying. She's gonna be a great mom.
That's the best.
Things I never thought Sarah was going to be.
Well, it's so good to see you all. I hope we're taking good care of you. Of course we are. I mean, Irida's the best. As you can see, I decided to stay and work with him a little bit, at least for a while. I wasn't really doing much on the side of the road. And this is a lot better, and I don't have to worry about not eating. So,
yeah. Eating's
Success.
good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Happy for you. Yep.
Yeah. Me too.
Congratulations.
And Narada's like, well, is there anything else I can do for you? Anything else you're looking for?
Not at the moment.
No.
All right.
I don't want to speak for everyone.
What's sold here again? Is it just like armor and clothing?
No, not even armor or weapons.
Oh.
It's the stuff in the player's hand. There's your player's handbook. There's a page for the items and their costs.
Right. Oh, okay. It's like obscure items.
150. Yeah, it's just like all the kind of normal goods.
Yeah.
Just
Rations
Yeah.
and healers,
Plus some
kits,
lovely
herbs.
tailoring.
Yeah.
Is it like-
plus his tailoring business.
Gotcha. Do you happen to have some oil and some ball bearings?
Oh, of course.
I would love to have some of those, yeah.
Yes, well, a flask of oil is one
Mhm.
silver, and the ball bearings. I think I have one set.
I'd love 2 sets of ball bearings, please.
Well, let me look in the back. He disappears. He's like, oh, yes, I did get another set in the latest shipment. So I do have 2. That's 1 gold each. And then the oil, just one flask?
I love 5 flasks of oil, please.
All right.
Okay.
So that will be 2 gold and 5 silver.
Deal. And I do it the mage hand. All the exchange is done through mage hand only. I'm just like this.
All right.
That's not, I think since you're weird, I just don't touch hands that often. Sorry. So yeah.
You're social distancing in my D&D game.
I had to do one.
Easy
This is a joke.
Easy's an enigma.
Right?
Very much so.
So he
Mystery wrapped in enigma. That's what I go for every time.
Yeah, so when you do that, he like has a little pouch of ball bearings. He's like, oh. He kind of smiles and hands it to the hand. Oh, lovely. Anything else?
That's it.
All right.
Easy. Hi, mage hand.
Hi, mage hand. Like
All right.
floating
It
hand.
happened just like that too.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm sure I'll see you all soon. Stay safe and remember, I'm here if you need me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice.
And have a
nice.
pleasant day.
Like it.
Gary's like, bye.
Bye.
All right. So, as you guys step back out into the marketplace,
Took you long enough.
yeah. So my question is, so Asura, you were told that Greenwood's going to call you roughly 2 days from now.
Yes.
Or have you ready to go 2 days from now? So, do you tell the party that?
I
No?
say nothing.
All right. Then what do you guys want to do?
I guess, I was thinking we go back to the mansion to talk about our next movement, our next mission.
Yeah, I want to get Selenna inside.
Okay.
I don't want to turn it into a shopping episode, but I really need to find some armor.
Ooh, I'll
Yeah,
get
that's
some
fine.
armor.
Well, we can go back to Oak and Anvil.
Yeah, buddy.
We haven't been there yet, actually. We need to go.
Yeah, you guys. So for the viewers, anybody who's watching, during the test streams, they did some shopping, and had some very entertaining interactions with the shop owners.
The store did some shit, basically.
But the viewers haven't seen that. Like, haven't seen it, these shops yet. So.
I didn't steal so much as I purchased on my own hours.
Is that what they're calling it?
Yeah,
Did pay for it.
I did pay for it. Just,
As we wizards like to call it, the 5-fingered mage hand discount.
All right. So all of you are going back to the mansion for now, or okay. So you guys all finally, make your way through the busy streets, through the crowd, this kind of living river of people, making their way through the streets as you hear the bustle and loud noises of the city. And you can see Selenna is just kind of like a little bit wide-eyed as she's looking around at this just size and magnitude of the city and the sheer numbers of people and everything, which is quite a bit bigger than Midreach.
I have it's not a death grip, but if I feel her relax her hand for a second, I grab on tight.
Okay. So keep it a close hold on her. She's kind of looking around still with that, bluish gray eyes, eye color. You guys, an exaggerated elven features. So you guys make your way up into the Leaf District, finally making your way to Eldergate Manor, and make your way inside as the head servant greets you and is like, "Oh, well, welcome back, good sirs and madams. Will we be having an extra guest with us?"
Yes.
Yes.
And what is your name, young madam? And she says, "Selenna." Very good. I will ensure that your quarters are prepared and prepare a place for her as well.
Thank you. And could you ask the cook to prepare that delicious tea? They will know what it means.
He nods and turns to walk off. So, what are you guys doing here?
I'm gonna take off my chainmail, my blue tunic, and immediately put on the suit.
In front of us?
If y'all are standing there,
I'm definitely going to escort Selenna into a different room.
Yes.
if a giant Goliath is about to get naked.
You do the
I have
whole
pants on. Well, I guess I gotta put the new pants on. So yeah, you might want to leave.
Just dropping trowel in the middle of the entranceway.
I will say, I guess I'm doing it in front of everybody. I don't know if you've seen it yet, but I do have tattoos going up my arm, on both arms, and I have a W and a circle, all very tribally, kind of hastily done. A W below the silver flame, if you're paying attention.
No, I'm paying attention.
Good to know.
You've seen one naked giant, you've seen them all.
Well, I haven't seen one, so thank you. As I'm definitely making sure her face is pointed the opposite direction. I'm just
hand over the eyes.
Yeah, I'm just we're going. Okay.
As you're changing, you see the old dwarf maid Sita walk in with a feather duster and oh my.
I pose for her.
Oh my god.
Oh dear. She turns and shuffles out of the room quickly.
Oh man.
Wonder what happened to her. And then she continued putting on my suit.
All right. So you put it on, and it's interesting because you are accustomed to clothing. Well, so when you growing up, you had clothing that fit, but basically the clothing that you've been able to buy since you left, it's been hit or miss because people don't typically make clothes big enough for the size of a fully grown Goliath. And so it's sometimes the pants will be a little too short, or things will be too tight, or too loose, or maybe a combination of both, or whatever the case is. And so it's been typically not the best experience, but in this case it fits perfectly. It is just the right amount of kind of tight fitting, but also flexible, and you're able to move comfortably in it and everything, and you just feel the soft material against your skin, which is a much higher quality than anything you've ever owned before. And it's just very kind of a pleasurable texture. And you look good.
That's right. I would just say, like, I test it out. I don't like do full on lunges, but I'm like, I'm testing it out very carefully, stretching out my arms, doing some finger twirls, just like getting a feel for every inch of it.
Yeah, and it feels, like I said, it's very well made for you. Like, it feels like it's not too restrictive or uncomfortable really in any way. It's very nice. Maybe a little bit hotter, being velvet.
Yeah, it is.
A little bit warmer.
Like
than
doing
the
these.
Just a little bit. It's not really hot, but it is warmer clothes than you're accustomed to. And the only thing that stands out a little bit is just the fact that your hat is more of a purple than the rest of it. Your garb, which is black and silver.
Actually, now that you mention it, I see the hat, and I feel kind of bad. So then I turn to Selenna and I go, I don't know if this is any kind of consolation. If you don't want it, I totally understand. If you want to burn it, you can do that too. But I feel like this hat belongs to you. And I hand it to her.
She looks at it for a good long few seconds, just outstretched in your hand, without saying anything for a little bit, until she finally just reaches up and gently takes it from your hand and then just stares at it.
To ease the tension, I cast alter self on myself to make myself look exactly like Bear. Same height and everything, but I still kind of look like myself. I'm just as tall as him, same appearance. Like I even have the same clothing as him. I whip it up and I go out, so I'm as tall as him, but still the same features, facial features of myself. I go, all right, everybody, who was it better? That's a second level spell, by the way.
All for a joke. Love
All
it.
for a joke. It's worth it. It was worth it.
It's dedication.
I love Easy so much.
My friend, I do not get you at all.
Well, answer the question.
Well,
I do not
you
feel
know?
qualified to answer that question.
yeah, I guess we have to go back to the exotics place.
We should.
Stoic has no opinion because as soon as we would have came in, I would have started doing walk about the house. And I will cast detect good and evil and just do rounds while everybody's in the whatever.
I'm gonna look at Easy and I'm just gonna be like, you look very tall. I don't think black is your color.
Yeah, I think you're right, Fraulein.
I like you better in the reds and the purples.
Yes, I like a little more flashiness. Yeah, black's a little too dull for me. But that's okay.
Why blend in when you can?
It's quite the backhanded compliment, I guess.
You know, right?
That's right.
Stoic, as you take a minute and put your hand to your holy symbol and cast it, you detect two things. One is a fey presence from Selenna.
Oh.
That's right.
It is not as strong of a presence as you felt like from like pixies or something like that before, but it's definitely, there's some sort of fey presence there in her. The second thing that you feel is a sort of vague. It's kind of hard to really. It's not like exactly like a being, but it's again more of like a presence or energy of undead nature on yourself.
Okay. Is it in the chest area?
It's not really that defined.
Okay. Like, because I would think, like, I sensed a little bit of the undead on that thing. And if it's a strong enough feeling from that spell, I'd probably try to take it off.
Let's see. Like in front of everybody?
No, because I would have been walking around the house because it's only a 30-foot radius. And so I would have had to go around. I would have made sure I was in a different room.
Okay. Make a wisdom saving throw with disadvantage.
Oh, the first one was a natural 20.
Oh no!
Ooh.
And the second one's a 2.
So,
So you have the briefest of thoughts of like, maybe I should take this off. No, it'll be fine.
Oh god. Oh god.
But I don't sense like undead.
No, besides that, no.
Okay. Good. I just pop out and just be like, house is all clear, guys. What are you doing, Easy?
I feeling a little bit sheepish from Stoic's appearance, I cast Blur. Just like shift out of existence, just kind of like scatter out of the room.
did you just John Cena?
I John Cena, yeah. I blurred right out of there.
Went from being figuratively aloof to literally aloof.
Literally aloof, yeah. Yeah.
You hear this distant. Ba-ba-da-ba. Well, technically, you're there. It's like your body becomes blurred and like shifting and wavering. So it's like a mirage effect.
Yeah, it's a mirage. Yeah, it's basically just me walking in the room in a mirage until I go out the door back to the back room.
As Robert walks in holding a tea set. As Robert walks in holding a tea set and sees this, he's like, "Good heavens, what are you all doing?"
Just,
Unwinding from a long, horrible mission.
Speaking of that, do you have any wine?
Yes, we do. Any preferred type of vintage?
I think a good Merlot would do well. I always like to unwind with a good Merlot after a horrible battle.
Very good. He sets the tea set in front of Asura, where you've got several small silver cups with the pot itself.
I want to pour a cup of tea for Selenna and myself.
Very good. Anything else? All right.
We'll need food at some point.
All right. So early lunch then. Yes. I shall inform the chef.
Thank you.
And so he disappears again for a few more minutes and then comes back holding a bottle of Merlot with some can't really tell for sure, but it looks kind of gnomish writing. Like it looks like the writing is a little bit smaller than you'd expect, and Hansi says, "I believe you'll find this one pleasing to the palate."
Like sniff it and like just try and like mimic all the connoisseurs that I've seen in the past.
As he does to the bottle that's not even open yet.
In the black suit. This is a great visual.
Yes.
Oh,
I turn to Val and go, "You have to let it breathe, Valen."
man. Oh, man.
Yes, Bear. I believe that is true. Maybe he should uncork it first.
Might breathe better.
I like kind of mumble to myself, pop the cork off. Yeah, obviously.
Which Robert started to offer to do it for you, and then sees you do it with your bare hands, which is hard to do, but that's it's like the strength of doing it. He's like, oh, good heavens.
And then I offer the bottle. Anyone partake?
Oh, thank you. It is like late morning.
Mm-hmm.
A little early for me.
This is fine. Poor Rex.
Look.
As Robert turns and leaves. So you guys, so you're just drinking, relaxing, gonna eat lunch. Another really high quality meal, a soup this time with fresh vegetables and some sort of meat that you speculate is venison. And it's very good. And what do you want to do now?
Well, I reckon we need to decide what to do next.
Yes, it does seem that we probably will be traveling with each other for a while now. I mean, I'm assuming because we've been through quite a bit together in the past few weeks. It's been a few weeks, yeah. Feels like months.
Almost like 6 months.
Yeah. And 12 episodes. I don't know.
Yeah,
But 3 of the months didn't count, but they were there. That was weird. But yes, I agree with Valen. I think we work well together, and it seems that there is an evil something or other happening, and I don't think I speak alone when I say that I would like to stop it, and I think you all would like to do your part as well.
Yes.
We need to finish what we started. I mean, we're the reason, not the very reason, but we've been in this from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we need to see it through. And we need to find a safe place for her as well.
Very much so.
Mm-hmm.
What should we do it with? Should we... I guess Selenna really needs to be the decision maker, and whether, because it's her life, whether she wants to go back to the Feywild or go and learn to be dangerous.
I think, this is, again, if you guys don't want to, it's fine. But whatever she decides, I want to be the one that takes her there. Make sure she gets there safely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, we got to find Cithras first for that, and that's going to take a little while. I mean, it could take months, and there's no reason she can't train. And I mean, if we trust this friend that we're getting connected with, she could stay with him and train while we see if we can locate Cithras.
I got this magical walnut. Not because I'm a nut lover, just because it will help us.
Yes. find the fairies, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know if it'll help us find Cithrus.
Ah, it's true. That's the idea.
And we also have the matter of Greenwood and now Hedressa and all these people that seem to keep popping up and giving us work.
It is nice to want to be employed.
Very true. I don't know exactly how all this works. I've never been a part of something like this, but it's different and it's nice.
It is.
Good to know someone has your back. I'm not used to that feeling either.
I mean, I've had that with the order, but I don't quite understand it yet, but this feels different than that. There's a different, I guess, way of having each other's back than I had with the order.
I hope you don't mind me asking, Valen, but you seem to be very interested in the tale of the dragon, Hera, and the mirror dragon.
The mirror dragon, that was very much new to me. I had never heard this in any of the tales. I never knew Hera had a lover. So that was a bit of a surprise. But yes, I have a vested interest in finding Hera. He's been missing for thousands of years.
Do you think he's still alive?
I don't know. I think my gut feeling says yes, but I don't know for sure. I do not know what I'll find if I'll find him. Don't know if it'll be the Hera from the tales that I've heard from the Order, or if it'll be something completely different. If he will be completely different. It's So go ahead, Asura.
I'm so sorry, I did not mean to interrupt. What happens if you do find this green dragon, this emerald dragon?
Again, I do not know.
Then why look so hard to find if you don't even know what will happen if you do?
Well, I don't know if you guys caught what Hedressa said about Asuto. It's a kind of a personal journey that each monk goes on, each member of the Order of the Emerald Dragons, and it's a very intense process to actually receive that quest. Usually requires days of isolation and receiving a vision, and my vision was of me at least searching for Hera. I don't know what that means. It's so much is left to interpretation, so much is vague. But that was the quest I was given. And there's a lot I am leaving up to what I would describe now as chance.
Where do these quests come from? I mean, because it sounds like all of your order kind of go through a similar process and everyone receives a vision, but do you guys worship a god that sends you your visions?
No. I really don't know where they come from. I don't know if anyone really does. they are just received. The way that the process goes, it could be hunger and just deprivation because it is very intense. I nearly died for mine. So it is a very intense process.
We have similar things like this out in the deep desert.
You do.
Yes, although we don't really think of them as noble quests. It's just getting yourself caught in a sandstorm and then starving out in the deep desert. But you do discover some very interesting things about the psyche when you're out there by yourself.
Yes, I would agree with that.
Hear and see very strange things.
Have you experienced that yourself?
Once.
And what did you see?
Not what was to come, but what was lost.
Is it a memory you saw?
It's deeper than a memory. It is like a dream. A desire. Those little things when you were a child that you impress upon, that you think that will be the outcome of my life. And that is what I saw.
I raise up my my glass of wine. I toast both Valen and Asura. Well, may you find your dragon, and may you find your dragon, whatever that is.
Here, here, Bear.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, to whatever the future holds.
No, it holds for me. I need a nap. Long
As-
morning.
As do I. Casting 2 spells is very exhausting.
I do want to lean over to Easy though and be like, how do I learn to blur myself like this?
I can show you some ways of the illusions in the world, my Fräulein. And I don't know if I can train her that, but it'll take a while.
Yeah, it would take a long time.
Yeah, it'd take a long time if I try.
Apparently, we will have nothing but time. We are now a team.
Yeah, that would take.
If you will.
Yeah, we could talk about it, but that would take a long time, and it's learning magic is not easy. Even level 1 magic is it is not easy. It's
challenging.
Yeah, not everybody can even do it. It's because it's just it requires a lot mentally and requires discipline and intelligence and all kinds of stuff. I mean, it's not
I feel insulted by Praxi.
I'm explaining.
I know.
I'm explaining why not everybody is a wizard. Like why not everybody is just learning magic left and right in this world. It's just difficult. You know, it's like it's kind of like rocket science in some ways. It's like a science that's just kind of, it takes a lot to understand and learn. Which I'm just more explaining the time that it's going to take. That's why it takes a long time and effort to do.
Yeah, under this silly veneer, there's a hard thinking scientist behind it.
Well, that's also why some people,
quirky,
do other routes like making a deal with a powerful being to get power like that,
or devotion to your deity.
True,
right? And so, but it is learnable.
It is.
Easy. I don't mean to put you on the spot because obviously, tieflings have some innate magic that is built into them, but it is very wild. It is just instinctual.
Mhm.
It's not something that you draw from, but I don't... How did you learn magic?
Oh, my Fräulein, we elves, I mean, partial star elf here, but it's part of our culture to learn the magics and are trained at a very young age. And it takes a lot of time and a lot of wisdom from other professors to train us in the ways that they have learned for hundreds of years, to even come close to even learning an easy thaumaturgy or a minor illusion spell. So it takes time and lots of study. But if you dedicate long enough, Fräulein, you could learn how to make a mage hand.
No, thank you for that. It is more to become like you. Do you have any innate ability that comes from early childhood that would make you go, oh yes, that is where I want to go? Or did you literally have to find it? Did you have any of it to start with?
That's a good question. As part of some star elf culture, I do have some innate ability. And just the fact that us elves live for a very, very long time give us an advantage in the ways of arcane magics. But for me, I decided to go that way because my uncle was a powerful wizard who gave me a chance in the world whenever most people didn't. So to honor him, I gave it a try and I seem to like it. From time to time, to help understand this world, mostly.
Suppose I should thank your wizard then. Your uncle, I mean, for
But you could call him wizard, it's fine.
wizard
It's
uncle.
Uncle Wizard.
That name's a little on the nose, don't you think?
Oh, I have to look up his name. I have his name.
What was my
It's
uncle's
written in
name?
the backstory somewhere.
Yeah,
I have a
it's hard to
backstory.
remember some of that stuff.
You're telling me.
You guys are
Yeah,
questioning me. I'm
you
like,
can look
okay,
at it
what did I
all.
say here?
Oh man. Okay, what's his name?
Mm.
I have his name somewhere. Oh, here it is.
Well, mm.
Wesley de Hare.
Yup.
Yeah,
Sure.
we call him
Yes.
Visit de Hare.
That doesn't make it better, but all right.
Yeah, you could do that if you want.
How about Uncle Hare?
Uncle Hare? Yeah.
Like a little rabbit.
Yeah, that was some easy into hair. Yep.
Uncle Hare.
You
Oh,
have such
man.
unusual names.
That's right.
Mm.
Yep. I grew up in the Everwood. It's a pleasant place, but they're very secluded.
Hmm.
Especially as it's the Star Elves.
I guess that would explain this.
I take it as a compliment. But yeah.
Well, I don't know. I don't think you have much to speak on.
Oh, no, I do not. It's just very
I believe
aloof.
this is an incredibly socially awkward group of people.
Indeed, yeah.
Seems that we've all been secluded in some way.
Aren't
That's
we
right.
all, though?
We make friends wherever we go.
That's right.
Friends is a
Keep
strong
trying.
word.
Well,
Perhaps that's what drew us together. not the crazy dream that about the end of the world, but the fact that we're all just really socially awkward.
We've like met by proxy.
That's right.
You guys don't get along. Might as well.
Ooh. But I'm not tuck it out. I'm gonna take a nap like Stork did.
We
So
do
you guys
need a
doing
plan.
short rest.
I guess we'll get back together after everyone takes a nap.
Yeah, I think
It takes-
Actually, before I take my nap, I'll talk to the butler and request that he wakes me up when everyone else gets ready to go to bed. I'm actually going to try and get a full night's rest in the daytime, if that's possible.
let's see.
With the intent that I didn't talk to you guys about, but my Stoic's personal intent is to stay up all night.
Okay.
It's like noon now. You said, Doug.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little after you eat lunch and everything. It's more like 1.
All right.
That's fine.
Gotcha.
I get up at like 9 or so, even 10 to stay up the night.
Okay. So the rest of you are taking a short rest?
I'm gonna take a long rest.
I'm not
I was
gonna.
gonna see if Selenna wanted to stay at the house or if she wanted to go out with me, because I wanted to go to the Oak and Anvil.
This whole time she's just been she had poured some tea and was kind of sipping the tea, but now her father's hat is sitting on the table and she's just been kind of drinking the tea periodically and just staring at the hat.
What have I done?
I have Sunday in the Park with George now stuck in my
She just kind of shrugs. And either way is fine.
Selenna, you're going to have to start making hard choices for yourself. And I hate to say this to you so young, because you deserve more time to not have to make difficult decisions. But I want you to think very hard about what it is you want, even just in this very moment, and make a decision for yourself based on what you want right now. And it can change in 10 minutes, but try to make a decision based on how you feel at this very moment. And there's no wrong choice for you right now.
She says, to tell you the truth, I don't know how I feel except scared. Because if I choose to go away, maybe I'll regret not living in this life and not learning what I could and not I want to be safe and you know, the Feywild is something you hear about growing up. It's, you know, fairy tales is where that came from. I mean, it sounds amazing, but it's also seems like running away. But maybe that's a good thing. But if I stay, I could learn, maybe, like she said, to be dangerous. And I want to learn how to not be hurt again. But I know that I'm going to have to be hurt more to get there. And I don't know if I can take it.
You can take it. But you don't have to if you don't want to.
But what if Trill's right? Like, what if I become one of those bad people who's just controlled? Because right now, I feel like a volcano inside, and I just haven't erupted yet. If I learn how to be dangerous, I don't know what I'll do.
As someone who has learned to be a little bit dangerous, I have found that asking myself those questions is the very beginning of making sure that I don't hurt anyone, that I use my dangerousness to help. I ask those same questions to myself every day. And sometimes I wish I could run to the Feywild as well and be safe. But I don't think that that is what I want anymore. But it is still your choice. You don't have to make my choice. It is whatever you think will give you the opportunity to be the type of person you want to be in this world. Because you get to choose every step of the way.
Well, can I decide tomorrow?
Yes, you can decide tomorrow.
Okay.
In the meantime, I want you to stay here for now. Okay? I'm going to go out, but I will come back.
She nods.
I look at the boys and I'm just like, who's taking her?
I'll be here.
Yep.
So Sarah's going out by herself.
Unless someone wants to come with me to the Oak and Anvil.
I mean, I'll go. Well, if you got her, Valen.
Yes, I have her. I will be watching her like a hawk.
Oh, did want to
You
go
got
up sleeping.
Same here.
Okay.
And you can set her up in my room.
Okay.
So you guys make your way to the Oak and Anvil, going back down the street, down to the main marketplace. For the viewer's sake, the Oak and Anvil is a shop that is owned by partners, and they are hold on.
Bellic and Edrith.
Tara knows.
I know. It's Bellic and Edrith.
Yeah, Velik and Edrith, who are Idrith is the woodworker and Velik is the blacksmith. And the Oak and Anvil has a really good reputation in the city of Eldowyn, and they are partners, kind of setting up a large shop that handles both sides. And have made some of their money by making a lot of the equipment that the city guard uses. have not always. Well, Idrith in particular has not always, appreciated Asura. Did not get off onto a very good foot. So, as you approach, finding, the place right in the middle of the main marketplace, market square, you open the door and enter as you hear again the kind of cacophonous sounds of several anvils being worked on and people hitting hammers on metal, as well as on the right you see you open up and there's kind of a long aisle, if you will, between two counters that kind of wrap up in a rectangular fashion. And on the right side coming in is where all the blacksmithing equipment is, and you see several furnaces and anvils and workbenches and everything with various pieces of armor and horseshoes and nails and all kinds of things just being worked on and made. And on the left side, you see a similar setup except with woodworking items, with saws and hammers and various carving and cutting and all kinds of things with a number of workers on that side. Kind of getting this odd mix of the kind of harsh metalworking smells mixed with fresh sawdust. And it's a very unique smell that's not unpleasant, but it stands out as just a very unique smell. As you enter and into this kind of cacophony of noise and action, you hear a voice say, "Velik, you shouldn't leave the door open. Dirt is getting in." As you see Idrith, you look over to the left as Idrith working on sawing some sort of long pole, has apparently noticed you and it's just continuing with his work.
It is nice to see you too, Idrith.
Oh, did I say that? I must have misspoke. Because I don't think I would have said that. I mean, you've always struck me as someone who would go far, but I just hoped you would stay there.
Well, thanks to your bow, I can handle almost anything.
Whatever do you mean?
Couldn't possibly say.
Yes, I have no idea what you're speaking of.
No,
you hear
I know you don't.
You hear Velik's voice cut in at that point, his kind of deep baritone voice going, "Idrith, be nice." "Oh, I'm being perfectly pleasant." He gives like the most false of smiles and turns back to his work, and Velik's like, "It's good to see you again."
It's good to see you. Thank you so much for all your help last time.
Of course. You here to do some work?
Yes, if you don't mind.
Well, it is, busy hours at the moment, so it'll be at a higher rate.
Yes, I understand. I was actually hoping if you or another one of your colleagues could actually spend a little bit of time with me. I'm working on a new engineering piece to this tail weapon, and I was hoping I could get some insight from a master blacksmith.
My apprentice could take a look at a little bit of time with you. He's busy himself. I can take a brief glance at it after that, but I think that's the best I can offer right now. We're pretty busy.
Just a quick consultation. I appreciate that.
Can do. So we'll work on, how long are you staying? How long are you working on it?
I was going to stay for the rest of the day, as long as the shop was still open.
Okay. Which they keep open a little bit later than normal at the moment because of how busy they are at the moment. They've got a lot of orders. That's around 8 o'clock probably when they start shutting down. And we'll work out the details of what you're working on later.
Yeah. I also want to make 2 small knives for Selenna.
Okay. But you get about 7 hours of work time, and we can decide what that looks like, what you're doing with it later.
Thank you.
All right. So as you lock up and kind of wrap up the stuff and everything, and start to walk out the door, you hear Idrith say, "Velik, could we look into possibly making this shop less safe? I'd really like to be accidentally killed before this woman comes back into my shop."
You know, Idris, I could certainly arrange it for you.
Somehow I don't think you would be that nice to me.
Oh, I am nothing but generous when it comes to how I wield sharp objects.
Oh, I can't see whether... All right. I tell you what. You have a lovely evening.
You do the same.
Mm-hmm. He just kind of stares at you until you leave with this grin on his face. So as you walk out, the square has died down quite a bit as everyone's packing up their mostly already have packed up most of their wares and have been shutting down as it's getting dark now, as the sun is set, but it's not fully dark yet. And so as Bear, what have you been doing this whole time?
I just went in for a fitting for a chest piece and a helmet.
Okay. And then just stood there for 8 hours or 7 hours?
I'd say I watched Asura work for a little bit, but then after that I moseyed my way back to the mansion. Okay, so
I guess Asura is by herself leaving. So Asura, as you're leaving, you're walking, it's not too far before you see a kid, like a small boy, looking worried, like kind of standing, by some empty stands and kind of like jumping a little bit and looking worried. And as you approach, he kind of looks up and he's like, "Ma'am, could you help me, please? It's my mother. I think somebody's hurting her."
Where is your mother?
She's back this way.
Sure, yes, okay.
All right. So you follow him, and he leads you kind of in between buildings.
I'm on high alert. I just need you to know that I'm on high alert.
Yeah, roll a perception check.
I will roll a perception check. Okay, hope this is good. Well, I forget what my numbers are. 16, 17, 18, 19. 19 total.
19. Okay. Yeah, so as you're walking, he kind of leads you down in between these buildings to an area where it opens back up just a little bit, where it's almost like a very, very small miniature square, in this I want to say alleyway, but it's not like an alley in the sense that you think, because there are doors to things. It's just like a narrow street, really. And there's a place where it kind of opens back up just a little bit. And in this street, you actually see about 10 city guard just kind of standing around. And one of them, they all kind of look up as the boy is like bringing you into the square and everything. And then the boy suddenly takes off. And you turn and look and see two of the guards have positioned themselves behind you.
Oh no.
And you see one of the guards, who's been kind of like polishing his sword, and he kind of looks He just says,
Oh no.
so, when we're out there fighting bad guys and, monsters or whatever else that shows up to protect this city and its denizens, we rely heavily on the equipment that we have in order to survive. And do you know who provides our equipment that we depend on to survive? The Velik and Idrith of the Oaken Anvil. And we're told that you stole from him. And we need to have a chat. And that's where we're going to end tonight.
Yeah.
Oh,
What?
The kid was a snitch.
Mhm.
See,
I
I
had a very
knew
sneaking suspicion that this was going to be bad, but
the
we're
one
kids.
time I believe was Sora by herself. The one
Yep.
time.
Yep.
You know what, friends? It was an absolute pleasure. I enjoyed this game very much. I miss you all so much. After I get put on trial and executed.
Can't wait to see your backup character. Yeah, that's gonna be awesome.
We're gonna do a prison break. It's gonna
That's
be
what
great.
I was thinking.
Oh
It's gonna be
no.
great, man. We're gonna have to
It's not
figure
gonna
out a
go
cool
well.
prison break scheme.
I don't think Asura will go alive.
No.
I don't think she'll let herself be arrested.
Well, and the funny thing is, that's been, I'll go ahead and say that's been Idrith's plan since the test sessions.
Ooh.
You guys have never been shopping.
We've avoided.
Had been in the
shopping
city
this whole
long enough
time.
to.
Oh,
Something
great.
happened.
Damn.
Ooh, buddy.
Oh, yeah. This is good stuff.
That's great.
Well,
Good.
another fun episode.
Indeed.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, loved it.
I only
RP
cried a
heavy
little bit,
tonight.
it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't-
lots
I
of
don't
RP.
The
know.
role play.
Very, very RP. But really good. Some really interesting kind of character stuff, character
Yep.
conversations happening. And, then, of course, the further conversations with Hedressa and meeting Trill. And, yeah, a lot of interesting things. So.
True.
So Larry, do you know if there's an announcement for next week to be made or not?
Not yet. No.
Okay.
Unfortunately, some hangups there, but we'll have something planned for within the next month.
We've got some really fun things that we're working on. We just got to get them going and work out some of the, technical difficulties and whatnot. Things, life just gets in the way.
Absolutely.
So we got some really cool stuff coming down the line that I think you guys are going to enjoy, and we'll probably do it on an off week, so you guys will get some bonus stuff in between our sessions. But we'll announce that soon. Be sure to make sure you're on our Discord and watching Twitter and that sort of thing, where we will be sure to announce everything on those platforms.
Yep.
And lastly, for anybody who's watching, the recent announcement with Mixer shutting down means that we are probably going to Twitch and or YouTube, most likely Twitch. So it should be Happy Action Fun Time with underscores in between each of them.
Yep.
On Twitch. And we will be updating the happyactionfuntime.com to lead to the right place as well, if you just want to remember that. But either way, just make sure to update your subscription or your follow, and check us out on Twitch and YouTube.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for joining us, and we will see you again in 2 weeks.
See ya.
Bye, guys.
See y'all.